Hello, students and YouTubers alike. Welcome back to Mr. Atkinson's drawing lessons. Today, I'm going to give you a landscape lesson on 1-point perspective. This is for the 6th grade, week 5 assignment. But if you're joining us from the internet, come along for the ride. I'm going to do just a real simple short video today about how to utilize 1-point perspective in a landscape. I have a couple of my Bob Ross pictures from my calendar over here, each showing a different way to sort of lead the eye through the frame. And that's what's going to be a majority of the lesson today, is being able to show something like a landscape, a place that is, that also is very inviting for us. It's very, draws the eye in through the frame so that it doesn't look so flat. That's what we're going for here. So we're going to start out this will be my picture right here, and I'll do a second one off to the side just so I have some variation. Okay, starting out, let's go ahead and make a horizon line, just a straight horizontal line through the frame. I'll put that one in towards the middle, but then I'm going to make this one a little higher in the frame. All of this is doing is setting the difference between the sky and the ground. Then put a point sort of in the center. This is where all lines will lead out of, okay? Since these are very simple designs and plans, you are welcome to embellish them, making them a little better as you see fit, okay? So in this one, I'm gonna go real simple, house and a tree. Right here, I'm gonna go ahead and put my house on the horizon line, just a very simple house. And I'll make it kind of small. We're gonna make that house be far away, okay? Then we're gonna draw a tree out to the side, but we want it to grow beyond the horizon line, like the tree is closer to us then. So I'm gonna start below the horizon line, draw it above, add some details in there for my tree. And then when we go back through this, you want to get rid of that line right there because it's behind the tree. Adding our leaves to the top. And then for this one, I'll go ahead and erase that dot for a second, rewriting this line. And I'm actually going to make the dot the front door of the house. So I just scooted that line over to the front door. To utilize 1-point perspective here, things that are far away are smaller and things that are closer to us are larger. All lines now need to lead into that doorway. So I'm going to basically draw 2 diagonal lines, kind of like a triangle. So we're going to create a path that leads right to the house. My first diagonal line comes all the way out to the edge of the frame. Then my second line starts at the doorway again and leads to the edge of the frame. Now we have a picture that leads the eye backwards. You can even make this like a sidewalk. Now it's starting to pull our eye through the frame there. Definitely put a cloud in the sky. Maybe a couple bushes by the tree, by the house, and a little chimney for smoke. Add a window, or 2, or 3. texture for the roof there. Okay, I'll give you a zoomed in view. Let me move my camera up a little bit. So in this image, we've sort of set the tree in the foreground, like almost like we're walking down a path towards a house that's far away. Okay? All right, moving on to the second one. Sorry for the shakiness there. Let's do something a little wilder, fancier, if you will. For the second one, I think we'll take a stride from Bob Ross today. So I'm going to pull this one out. And give you a closer idea on this Bob Ross image, okay? Similar ideas. We've got this tree in the foreground here, and then we've got a lake that then is bigger around here and then pulls our eye towards the back, okay? We're gonna make it a little more fancy than he did, add and combine some of these images together. So again, starting with our vanishing point here, I'm gonna make a winding river to start out. Okay, that's one half of it. If it's farther away, it's smaller and closer together. So I'm gonna start very close to that, actually right on top of it. And as I go outwards, I'm gonna hug that line closely, but then as I get towards the bottom, I'm gonna make it widen and branch out, okay? So that's our winding river. Over on this side, I'm gonna go ahead and create my tree, just like kind of like he did, starting in the foreground, close up. It expands beyond the horizon, so we'll get rid of what's in between. And this one I'll just continue off the frame towards the top. Give it a little greenery around the edges. I'm just doing that to simplify so that it has its tree quality. Now on the other side of this one, I think we'll include like a mountain range. Let's do that. So I'm gonna, since they're far away and it's on the horizon, I'm gonna go ahead and build my mountains like so. All right. Okay, and then what we'll do is we'll erase our vanishing point there and tidy up that line a little bit. And over here, I'm gonna do a series of bushes that are a little bit bigger so that they're closer to us. And then I'm gonna put a bunch of teeny tiny trees along our horizon line. And this next one's gonna be a little smaller. And this one too. And then we'll do another round. These are even smaller. Just little tiny shrubbery along different scopes of this path. Kind of leads the eye, again, back into the frame. Do a couple more in there. I think I want to get rid of one of these. Okay, then they're sort of jumbled throughout. Now that's definitely pulling my eye back through the frame. Give these a little detail, like little lettuce shrubs. And then I'll do my little trees on the horizon line. Since these are real far away, we got to make them super small. And they can't be as big as the mountains. I know it doesn't offer you much detail in the camera, but we're going to go ahead and make these trees all along there. Give them some toppers. zoom a little bit for you there so you can get a fresh look. Again, these are just simple versions of landscape images. I did mine vertical, but you could do yours horizontal. Okay. I'll do one more for you. So the first two examples are more of the Bob Ross nature perspective sort of pictures. For this one, I'll switch it up and I'll do more of like a cityscape. That's really how one-point perspective is going to shine with what you may be perceiving. So I'll make a horizontal frame. Okay, same idea. Horizon line. Dot in the center for our vanishing point. Okay, and we're going to do the triangle road again. These come forward. You can erase that if you want or leave it in place. From the sides, we're going to do a building or two. Okay, so all lines have to be vertical, horizontal, and diagonal for this. The diagonal lines are the ones that have to directly connect to that vanishing point. Okay, so let's go ahead and build a house on this side. We're going to start it like this is like the road that it's on. So we could even do a secondary line, kind of like that's the sidewalk. Okay, house goes up from the ground above the horizon line. The next line has to be diagonal, mirroring this same line so that that's the side of the building, the front side. And another vertical line. Made that a little too long, so I'm just tidying that up. Since this goes above the horizon line, we need to get rid of this one in between. And then everything else is a horizontal line. We'll get rid of this all the way across. And now this is the side of your building. This is the roof side and then the front side. Okay, we'll put a door on the front of it. But then the top of the door can't be a straight line. You got to make it diagonal too. I can tidy that one up a little bit. Okay, now we got a building. This is our sidewalk here. Okay, I'm gonna put a doorknob on that. All right, now we got a building. Let's do the other side of the road. Sidewalk again. We'll start this one closer to the edge. So this one will grow up here. This one's not gonna be as tall either. And I'll get the other side of the building right to here. This line has to match. Erase that, that's extra. Horizontal line here, diagonal line here, horizontal line. And then this will be our last vertical. So like this side of the building is like a little too big. So let me fix that. Erasing the interior lines from the horizon so that this looks like it's living there. This one will have two doors on it. Okay, now I got buildings across the street from each other, like in a city. Again, the takeaway from the cityscape one is that you're building cubes, you're matching your vanishing point and creating diagonal lines that coincide with those same ones that you made. Now this is a quick overview, but I hope you enjoyed the lesson today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment in the section below. and we'll see you soon.